Have you ever read something and it just felt like a confusing mess? Well, the fix might be a lot simpler than you think. Today, we're going to master capital letters. These are the small tweaks that make a huge difference, making your writing super clear and professional. We'll go over the main rules, see how they work, and then you'll get to test your own skills.
So, what's the big deal with capital letters? Honestly, just think of them as a spotlight. Their main job is to shine a light on the important stuff, signaling, hey, a new thought is starting, or this is a specific name. They're a really simple tool that just guides your reader and makes everything so much easier to follow.
I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, it's a bit of a jumble, right? It's kind of hard to see where one idea stops and the next one starts. But then, look at the right. With just a few capital letters, the whole thing becomes instantly clear and way more professional. That's the power we're talking about.
Okay, so let's get into it. To really get the hang of capital letters, you only need to know 7 key rules. That's it. We're going to walk through them one by one, step by step. And trust me, it's probably easier than you think.
First up, we've got the most basic rule of them all, and you probably already know this one. Every single sentence has to start with a capital letter. It doesn't matter if it's a statement, a question, or a command. It's like the universal sign that says, okay, new idea, starting now. All right, rule 2 is a big one, proper nouns. So what's the difference? A common noun is just a general thing, like city or teacher. But a proper noun, that's a specific one, like Delhi or Mr. Ali. And because they name something unique, they always get the spotlight of a capital letter.
And this next rule is really just an extension of what we just talked about. I mean, think about it. Specific days of the week, months of the year, and special holidays are all unique names, right? That's exactly why Monday, September, and Diwali all get capitalized.
Okay, here's a super easy one you'll never forget. The pronoun I, whenever you're talking about yourself, is always capitalized. It doesn't matter where it is in the sentence, beginning, middle, or end. The letter I always stands tall.
Capital letters also help us show a little respect and point out specific things. That's why we capitalize titles for people, like Dr. Khan, and the important words in titles of books or movies, like Harry Potter. It makes them stand out.
Acronyms are basically shortcuts for really long names, which is why we write them in all caps. You see them everywhere. NASA, FIFA. Each one of those letters stands for a whole word, and capitalizing them makes the acronym pop so you know exactly what it is.
And here we are, our final rule. When you're quoting someone, using their exact words, the very first word inside those quotation marks gets a capital letter. It just signals the beginning of what that person actually said. Simple, right?
All right, so now that we've got the rules down, let's flip the coin. Knowing what to do is great, but knowing what not to do can be just as helpful. Let's look at a few super common mistakes.
Okay, this first one is a biggie, especially with texts and emails. Writing in all caps, well, it kind of feels like you're shouting at your reader, Unless you're using an acronym or really need to emphasize something, it's just better to stick to the normal way of writing. This is probably one of the most common slip-ups, forgetting to capitalize the start of a sentence, the pronoun I, and proper nouns like a city name. They seem like tiny changes, but wow, look at the difference they make. It just looks so much more clear and correct.
So if there's one golden rule to remember, what is it? It's all about balance. You want to use capitals where they're needed to guide your reader, but not just randomly everywhere, and definitely not nowhere. The goal is always, always clarity.
Okay, theory time is over. You've learned the rules, you've seen the common mistakes. Now it's time to put your new skills to the test with a quick self-check. This is where it all really starts to click.
So go ahead and grab a notebook or just a piece of paper. I'm about to show you 5 sentences that need a little bit of your help. Ready to fix them? Let's do this.
Okay, here they are. I'll read them out loud for you. Number 1, I love going to Delhi in December. 2, my brother Ali likes cricket. 3, yesterday we watched Avengers movie. 4, Mr. Khan is our English teacher. And number 5, may I come in? Go ahead and hit pause right here and write down the corrected versions.
All right, pencils down, let's see how you did. For the first one, I is always capped, and Delhi and December are a specific city and month. Easy. Second, my starts the sentence and Ali is a name. Third, yesterday starts the sentence and Avengers is a specific movie title. And for the last two, Mr. Khan is a title and name, and May starts the question. So how'd you do? Don't worry if you missed one. That's what practice is all about.
Wow, we covered a lot of ground pretty quickly there. So let's just do a super fast final recap to make sure everything we talked about today really sticks. Here it is, your final checklist. Just remember these key moments to use a capital. At the start of a sentence, for proper nouns like names and places, for days and months, for the pronoun I, for titles and acronyms, and for the first word of a direct quote. Keep these in mind, and you're good to go.
And at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Practice is what's going to make this all second nature. Using capital letters the right way isn't just about rules. It's about making your writing clear, correct, and respectful to the person reading it.
And there you have it. You've completely broken down the essential rules of capitalization. Keep practicing, and I promise it'll become automatic. So, you've mastered the capital letter, but what other tiny piece of grammar has the power to totally change the meaning of a sentence? Something to think about.